Pandemic experts say the data today from Johnson & Johnson suggests doctors may have another effective tool to fight COVID in just a matter of weeks. Take a look at the numbers. J&J says its vaccine was 72% effective at preventing COVID in the U.S., 85% effective in preventing the most serious symptoms. That compares to the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines that are roughly 95% effective. Importantly, the company says it was less effective against the dangerous South African strain. But no one who received the J&J vaccine went to the hospital or died of COVID.
Irrespective of the variant, we have 100% efficacy against going to the hospital, 100% efficacy against death. And so this is a big result.
The J&J vaccine has two big advantages. It requires just one shot, not two like the others. And it doesn't need to be kept at ultra-cold temperatures, making it easier to ship and distribute. Given its advantages, experts say it would be a mistake to compare J&J's 72% efficacy rate with the 95% rates of its competitors.
To me, one shot's always better than two because I hate needles, I hate shots.
Still, if given a choice, some Americans may choose the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines over J&J.
I would prefer one of the other two. I don't mind, having to come back for a second dose if it's going to be a little bit more effective.
Americans are told in advance which vaccine they're receiving. Some Americans may be reluctant to get this vaccine when others are more effective.
Take what you get when you can get it, and especially when you have a vaccine that is this effective against severe disease. I think we're lucky to have this vaccine.
One more important stat. While the J&J vaccine was 72% effective in the U.S., the flu vaccine is typically just 45 to 60% effective.
So, Tom, J&J plans to go to the FDA for emergency authorization next week. What's the timeline?
Yeah, they could get emergency authorization within weeks, and the government already has a $1.5 billion with J&J for 100 million doses by the end of June, Lester.
Now, with that blockbuster ruling against Johnson & Johnson, a jury ordering the company to pay a record $417 million to a woman who claims its talcum powder caused her ovarian cancer. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis is here with those details. Good morning, Rebecca.
That's right, Amy. Good morning to you. A massive victory for one woman against Johnson & Johnson. The $417 million judgment reached after a nearly month-long trial. There are more than 1,000 other people who have filed similar claims about Johnson & Johnson's baby powder.
This morning, pharmaceutical and consumer giant Johnson & Johnson ordered to pay $417 million to this woman, 63-year-old Eva Echeverria, who was diagnosed with ovarian cancer 10 years ago and is terminally ill. She says she started using the company's famous baby powder when she was 11 years old and only stopped using it last year after seeing a story about a possible link between the talc used in the product and ovarian cancer.
Do you have any fear that you might die here?
Yes.
A jury watching the grandmother in this videotaped deposition. Her lawyers saying she is on her deathbed and currently too sick to testify in court.
I have a grandson. And he's 5 years old and he loves me so much.
According to the latest lawsuit, Echeverria claims she developed ovarian cancer as a direct and proximate result of the unreasonably dangerous and defective nature of talcum powder. Echeverria testifying that if the company had labeled their product with a warning, she would have stopped using it.
Eva would like to get the message out to other women in the country.
This is just the latest in a series of lawsuits Johnson & Johnson has faced from women with similar claims. Last year, juries in 3 different Missouri trials awarded women combined damages of over $300 million.
I'm hoping that Johnson & Johnson will listen to us and give us a warning, give other women a warning.
$4.7 billion. That's how much money a jury awarded 22 women who claimed asbestos in Johnson & Johnson baby powder contributed to their ovarian cancer.
No, the company denies the product contains asbestos, but it says it will appeal the jury's decision. Still, it does face more lawsuits.
Denver 7's Lance Hernandez talked to a centennial woman who survived ovarian cancer and is one of 9,000 active cases.
If you are using a product that potentially could kill you, stop using it.
Strong words from an ovarian cancer survivor who attributes past tumors to the use of baby powder. Last summer, Nancy Wright began sensing a fullness in her abdomen and started experiencing a persistent cough. X-rays and blood work didn't show anything, so her doctor suggested a CAT scan.
The CAT scan showed a huge double-fisted size mass on my left ovary.
According to the pathologist's report, that cancer had spread from the ovary to her uterus, abdominal lining, and colon.